All right, guys. So a little bit about that month, the monthly spread. So in this last week here, the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 28th, some clairvoyant anchors that I have. It looks to me like there's two things that could happen here. It looks to me like we want to be bearish here and just poof, we go down we go. That's the tricky thing about some of these spreads, is that the gaps can really throw you off sometimes. That's why I always try to do my best to just do a day trade, unless it's really like it's really clear for me to see that there's a gap up or down. But with that said, so we get up days that go up but start lower, and my sense is that that may be the case here. That's either the case we decline further into the 28th, or we revisit the low that we have yesterday and today on the 28th, one of those two. So we also are coming up on the end of Mercury storm, right? So tomorrow's the end of Mercury storm. Let's go take a look at that Mercury chart, guys. If you've been watching the Mercury Retrograde commentary, the stuff that we've posted about Mercury Retrograde and its patterns, you'll see right here on the ball. So basically, Mercury Retrograde, what it does is it's the planet. The planet doesn't change the direction that it's going in outer space, but from the perspective of the humans standing on Earth, it looks like it's going backwards in the sky. So, or it is going backwards in the sky, but that's due to the rotation of the planets and the orbits. So with that said, during a Mercury retrograde, there's an area of the sky that we visit 3 times. We pass through, Mercury passes through that area of the sky 3 times. So you have it going here. This is when it starts. That's when the storm of retrograde starts. The effect, and it starts to get more and more intense. As I said, you get more and more volatility as you move into the actual retrograde station, and that's when the planet of retrograde has slowed down and is now paused. So it's slowed, and then it paused, right? And now it's starting to speed back up. But the thing is that it's moving backwards through the sky at this point. It was moving forwards here, now backwards here, and then it'll go through the same area of the sky one more time, moving forward again. And what you'll notice if you look closely, and it can be with a bit of variation due to other astrological things, as well as the fact that the weekends are not congruent through these periods of time. You know, the weekends can really add some variation, but within reason. And so you can see here we have basically the same pattern here and here. So we have an up, down, up but not as high, and down further, right? We have an up, down, up but not as high, and then down further, right? Those are the same patterns in both storms. That's the pre-shadow or the pre-storm, and the post-shadow or the post-storm. It depends on who you ask what they would refer to it as. Same thing. And what's interesting, in a lot of cases, the middle part where it's going backwards, it will somewhat represent, or it will somewhat mirror the pattern of the pre-shadow, but it'll be in reverse, or the inverse, I should say. Not always so easy to see it, because what happens is that you're speeding up. Mercury's going about the same speed as normal here in the middle, right? So that would have been like the 25th. Everything seemed to be okay, and then we start to slow down again, pause, and now we start speeding up, but we're going in the right direction again. So we're going in the normal direction of retrograde. One more day to go, guys. But you can see, boom. That's how it works. And there's several retrogrades every single year. It's a huge opportunity as long as you don't trade within this period. I learned that the hard way many times over. I would make money here, continue to trade during retrograde, which retrograde disrupts travel, electronics, and communication. So obviously the stock market's going to get all screwy, and how we think about it and all that stuff. So rule of thumb is I don't trade during this time. I'll set up a plan for something, for a position that I want to appreciate over time through this period without touching it, right? And so trading here, I would make money, I'd lose it all here, I'd make it back here. So you cut out the middle piece and you got a really juicy opportunity, if you will, really lucrative opportunity that happens at least 3 times, sometimes 4 times a year. I'll see you all later.